Rodriguez in swinger, fires low, finds another Dalton player. It'll be cleared out by Birmingham, but it falls right back to Dalton. Driving in the 18, has the opening, looks for the header, and it's wide. Saldana was under pressure, still able to hold on to it for Dalton. Long cross over the top, looking for Dalton. Comes out to clear it is Nunez. Clean challenge, Birmingham back with possession as they'll go for the counter. Birmingham player is down, play is still continuing. Nice one touch coming forward, Rodriguez. Finds the low, but it will just roll out of play. As Dalton is back on it. Looks for it wide open, and it just comes off the crossbar. 17th minute, still scoreless, 0-0. In swinger, looks for the header.
Shouts for a handball. I don't think the hands were in an unnatural position. It's a really quick header from a short distance.
Ramirez driving in the midfield, tries the cross, and it will just go between. Running to grab the wayward ball on the sideline. Back underway. Anthony Saldana. Perez. Valenciano. Long pass out, able to find Brandon Saldana. One touch, and it goes right to the hands of Nunez. Rodriguez able to skip past. Rodriguez under pressure. Ramirez. Hernan Saldana able to deliver the cross, looks for the chip, and it will go wide.
Effortless, just to reach the foot out and bring it down perfectly.
Brandon Saldana. Ramirez finds Anthony Saldana, tries the shot himself, and Nunez with a great save. Medina. Anthony Saldana. Comes in, he's tripped up. Birmingham's able to clear it.
I think he got stood up and went down trying to find a foul. It wasn't there.
Anthony Saldana tries the long-range shot, will fall right into Nunez's hands. Intercepted.
Gerson Rodriguez with a key interception.
Juan Dominguez. Dominguez with the shot. It's saved by Girdes, still loose in the box, and it's cleared. Falls to Birmingham. Opara. Still there. Brew with the shot. Able to find it. Feeds it up to Opara. Able to get there on the left. Opara, but another great defensive slide from Lopez. Opara still able to keep it. Looking to come away with it, still loose in the box.
Lopez with another tackle at the end of that on Sippin. I don't do either one, so I don't know.
Birmingham hand raised. Looks for it, and it's in! Junior Rogama able to find it in the back post and is able to volley it right past John Girdes to make it 1-0 FC Birmingham in the 41st minute.
Junior Rugama just sticks his right foot out and hopes. Puts it perfectly into the far side netting. He's fallen away and just wants to direct that on frame.
Brandon Saldana looks for the long range shot, punched out by Nunez.
Headers from Josh Martinez.
Brandon Saldana. Saldana Looks for the cross. Still loose. And it's Rodriguez who will knock it out. Will be a corner for Dalton.
At the end of the first half, as Birmingham has grown in confidence, going to have to defend a long throw, though.
Something Dalton is known for. Headed back. Still loose. Looks for the shot, and it's cleared by Birmingham.
Lopez, a player that I've called his action with Dalton High School before. Just an incredible defender.
Dominguez tries the long range. It falls right into the hands of Girdes. And that will do it for the first half. Anthony Saldana, it would get a touch to it. McFarland, his shot falls right into the hands of Girdes.
Okay with that not being a yellow. Our referee, Christopher Heinzman, has set a high bar for cards, as you should in a knockout game.
Anthony Saldana. And it falls right into the hands of Junior Nunez. Hernan Saldana. Valenciano out to Lopez on the right. Lopez looks for the long range shot. And that one will go wide.
The angle almost manufactures a little more room for you.
Ramirez tried the shot. It deflected off the wall. Herrera. Rodriguez. Switches it. Finds Anthony Saldana. Back in. Headed out by Birmingham.
Brew got his head to it to head that away.
Great pass up. FC Birmingham on the break with an opportunity. Driving forward, still able to hold on. Tries the shot, and it goes in! It's a day for the upsets as FC Birmingham finds their second goal of the night.
What a run from Daniel McFarland. The combination play in the middle set him up. It's McFarland on his own. He's got some runners coming. Rides off one challenge, holds off another, slides and puts the ball past Girdes. And Birmingham, the 7 seed, is up 2-0 here at Dalton Stadium.
Bailey Harris was tripped up. Ref says play on. Dalton with possession. Brandon Saldana tries the shot himself, and that one will go wide. Girdes rolls it out to Lopez. Lopez back to Villalobos. Pass. One-on-one. FC Birmingham coming forward, looks for the shot, and it's cleared by Lopez.
Great block from Lopez again in the tackle, keeping Dalton alive.
Anthony Saldana.
Good defensive play from Sawyer.
He'll pull it to Lopez. Lopez. Dalton still holding on. Hernan Saldana looks for it. That ball falls right into the hands of Nunez.
4 minutes.
Connects Valenciano. Finds Herrera. Herrera. Long cross. It's deflected.
Blocked by Martinez again.
Brandon Saldana. Tried it from outside. Almost fell to the feet of Valenciano. But it will go out, and that will do it. The 7th seed FC Birmingham has taken down Dalton United FC.
What a win for FC Birmingham. It's the first time that Dalton United has gone out in the first round of the playoffs in their history. FC Birmingham, the number 7 seed, making the long trip here to Dalton Stadium, defending like warriors, but breaking out and scoring twice. A huge win for the yellow and blue, and they'll move on to the UPSL Georgia Premier Division semifinal next week.
Welcome back into ASMG here on YouTube. I'm Madison Cruz. Join with me is one of the goal scorers, Daniel McFarland. Daniel, walk me through that goal. What did you see in the build-up?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the corner was open, so the counter was on, and there was space, and I thought it's time to be selfish and try to make something happen, and beat one player, got the confidence, beat the next one, and then slid on the ground and get that corner shot.
Going into a game like this, you're the underdog. Number 7 seed going up against number 2. What is the energy and the mentality going into a game like this?
Well, we love being underdogs. That's the most fun. We get to come in and try to spoil some fun, and this was a perfect opportunity to show what we're about, and we made it happen.
What was the emotion after that final whistle blew, and you guys are all celebrating, and you guys know that you're moving on?
Oh, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. We know if we can beat number 2, we can beat anybody.
Josh Martinez, head coach, also a center back on the team. What is it like to have him on the field with you guys and lead you guys off the field and on it?
Well, it's great. I know he understands the game more because he's playing with us, so we can have conversations mid-game, which is nice. I never got to have that, and he understands the game more than anybody else, so it's actually a big plus.
Crazy season. We management decided to have some changes halfway through it. I was asked to step in, gladly did it for my guys, and you know, to have them trust me and follow me the same way they've been trusting me on the field, now kind of on and off the field. You know, I can't say enough about this group of guys. They're amazing. You know, I have to give it up to the coach that's not here anymore. Thanks to Coach Gabriel, you know, he did cement the foundation of what this ended up being, and it was a little easier for me to take over. But, man, if I didn't have the belief and the trust of all these guys, you know, we would not be here right now.
Being a head coach, it's interesting. You relay a lot of the information when you're off the field, when you're on the sideline. It's rare that you see a situation like this where you go in and you get to play with your squad. How has that transition been for you?
It's taxing, you know. It's very demanding on the mind. You have to be paying attention to your responsibilities individually, but at the same time, you have to be looking at all the players, seeing maybe where you can exploit an advantage, seeing how a sub is going to better us and not affect us. So a lot of mental processes going on. I always say I play more with my head than with my legs. So especially at my age, I have to rely on that a lot.
How do you find the balance being on the field, coaching the players, helping them that way, but then also being a teammate and being able to get in front and have some of those blocks that we saw you have in the game?
I think a lot of the times I just hope that my example and my effort just is contagious and they can see me and say, hey, you know, this guy's giving his all. Let's all do it. So leading by example, I guess it's the easiest way to go.
Coach, thank you so much again. You're moving on.
Thank you so much.
Moving on to the semifinals.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We did something that's never been done. 2 things that have never been done. First playoff win for FC Birmingham, and first time we beat Dalton, which is an amazing team and academy and structure. I can't say enough about them. They are a spectacular team. So this is very big, but it's not over yet.
Not over yet. Thank you so much again, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll be right back here on ASMG. Me and Jason Longshore are going to wrap everything up here shortly.
Hey, Coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans. So they will never miss any of the action.
Good ball laid off to that far side. Shot ripped. It's in! Dalton United at the death of the game! They go ahead, and this stadium is sent to raptures.
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
Gentlemen, say it with them. They are the champions.
So what are you waiting for? For the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Welcome into Shiloh High School, Charlie Jordan Field here in Gwinnett County. The UPSL Georgia Premier Division quarterfinals conclude tonight. The number 8 seed, Fountain City FC, traveling to face the top seed, 12-0-1, Kalonji Profile. Alongside Madison Cruz, I'm Jason Longshore. And Madison, we were on hand for an upset special last night. This would be an even bigger upset. That was 7 versus 2. This is 8 versus 1. What did you learn from that match that you can carry over to this one?
Never count out the underdog. You know, we saw it even too in the Georgia Revolution match versus Potros. Potros was able to come away and secure the win in extra time. And you look at Fountain City, they're coming into this match looking to make some magic, make some history here today, and take down the Kalonji Profile. I think someone to look at in the starting lineup is going to be Tristan Shiloh. He's the leading goal scorer for Fountain City with 11 goals this season. He's going to be someone to want to spark the offense tonight, especially going up against a strong offensive side in Kalonji Profile.
They're going to line up in a 5-4-1, which makes sense against the high-powered KSA side here with a lot of attacking talent. Fountain City will be looking to hit on the break. Kalonji Profile in their standard 4-3-3 and some reinforcements late in the season, re-adding Kofi Twumasi and Kareem Tamimi, making this group a very dangerous number 1 seed that won the regular season, and they're going to try to advance to host a semifinal at the end of tonight. And let's kick it for 45 minutes from Shiloh High School. Fountain City in the dark red and black, KSA in the all white. Fountain City trying to build out of the back. We'll be curious to see the pressure from Kalonji Profile, how robust it is early on, stepping forward to win it at midfield and carrying it forward. Popping it over the top. Here they come straight away. Bouncing ball, unable to get control of it. Lambros Abjurinos, good job at goalkeeper. One back quickly by Downs.
It was a great touch there from Downs. Was able to read it and win it back.
And move it over to the right side into some space. Shiloh drops back, gets the ball. Tristan Shiloh, through ball. It's a good one. The turn. Big save. Got enough of it. It just kept sitting there. Lionel Saku had to come for it. He did. Quickly taken. Samuel drops it back. Kofi Twumasi with a rocket wide of the far post. KSA midfield, and you see Joseph Samuel and Kofi Twumasi. You might forget about Diakite. He's been huge. Here comes KSA. Big play from Abjurinos again. Sumo goes to ground trying to save that. Ball is still in play, and Abjurinos will walk it back into the 18. Crosses with the cross, headed away. Ramos gets a touch. Can't hold it, though. Tamimi helps force the turnover. 3v2 for KSA. Back across to Tamimi. Has Sumo to the right. Gives it to him. Sumo on the left foot. Goal. 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 Anthony Sumo. 1-0. It was a shot the other way for Fountain City. Ball turns over in the midfield, and KSA take the first half lead.
All stems from able to win it back. Kareem Tamimi able to find Camden on the left. Tamimi thought about the shot, sees that Sumo's there, and Sumo just with the left-footed curler makes it 1-0.
He crosses over to the right side. Good work from Fountain City. They got a 4v4 here. Shiloh making the run through the middle. Excellent defending to cut off the run of Shiloh. 26th minute, Anthony Sumo has KSA, the top seed in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division, in the lead. Fountain City trying to find an answer. Shiloh up the left side. May back to Shiloh wide on the left. Shiloh, a cross that nearly turned into a shot. Did not miss that upper corner by much. He would have claimed it if it went into the back of the net, but that is not what Tristan Shiloh was looking for, I don't think.
Looking for the cross, I think, but you got a little bit of a breeze as it's floating in. It just goes right past. It goes right past the field goal.
Camden with the back heel. Into the 18, the shot wide to the far side. One more time up the left side to Camden. He cuts inside. Through ball, looking for Kareem Tamimi. He finds it in the 18, on the right foot. Pulls it back. Left-footed shot wide. Shiloh wins it back. Quickly won back by Diakite. Springs Sumo in. Sumo goal. Goal, golazo, Anthony Sumo. Another quick transition, and Anthony Sumo's got a brace in the 30th minute.
You take a look at this, able to win the turnover, just a one touch, knows that Sumo's there, right over top of the goalkeeper. You even saw some of the Fountain City players raising their hands saying offside, but that's a perfect example of you can't wait for the whistle or anything like that, because Sumo was in a perfect opportunity and now is able to make it 2-0.
Samuel making the run forward into the 18, flicks it into the middle. First time blocked, second time blocked, cleared. Fountain City living dangerously at the moment. Through ball to Sumo. Little flick for Tamimi. Tamimi rides off the challenge, able to get on the ball eventually somehow. Samuel, goal. 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 KSA get that third in the 35th minute. Yosef Samuel gets on the board. And the number 1 seed in the Premier Division is playing like it tonight.
It all starts, Kareem Tamimi, Sumo is able to connect with him. He's on the run, gets dispossessed, still able to hold on, sees that Samuel's right there, and he just launches it from right outside.
Shiloh, that's intercepted, knocked away by Njama. Through ball, perfectly placed for Sumo. He's on the hat trick. Avgerinos comes and claims it. Diakite. Another great through ball from him. Here comes Camden. Burying in. Shot diving save, Avgerinos. Well, I mean, I kind of expected KSA so good in their counter pressure when they do lose possession. They don't have to be quite as intense with it, but they win it back here anyway. Samuel. Square to the left, Diakite. Inside to Camden. Avgerinos has to clear. He does. It takes a couple of deflections. It's still alive. Blocked around, and Avgerinos with a save. KSA could just knock it around and keep it at times. Camden intercepted. Carr wins it back. Square to the right. Samuel cuts back on the left foot. Shot deflected. Avgerinos climbs a ladder to go up and get it.
It was an interesting save. It came off of the deflection, thought it was cleared. It comes right to him, and he just springs in the air with the grab.
Tumasi with a great through ball, and goal, goal, goal. That man again. Anthony Sumo working late because he's a baller with a hat trick.
I've seen this film before multiple times from Anthony Sumo. Wednesday's match identical to the goal that got him the golden boot on Wednesday. Just one-on-one with the keeper, nothing he could do, a left-footed shot right into the back of the net.
Turn from Camden. He turns again to the right. Cuts it through, knocked down to Masi. Goal! Goal! Golazo Kofi Tumasi. 5-0 KSA.
Able to float it into the back of the net. Starts with Camden. Camden able to get the through ball. It's deflected, and he just takes the shot.
That's pure placement. Kofi Tumasi. No one Sumo. He probably wants another goal or two before he's done. Can't make it happen this time. One back quickly, though. Another opportunity. Squared inside. Goal, goal, goal. KSA. Blake White with the assist and Wilfred Camden with the goal. Again, that counter pressure forcing the turnover and then exploding to goal.
Blake White able to pick out Wilfred Camden wide open on goal. Able to sneak it right past Fountain City.
Does get past the defender. Tuamasi with the square. Back heel into the 6. Samuel can't get a lot on it. It's still there, and Avgerinos will run it down. Okay.
Just great one touches from KSA.
Multiple step overs, top of the 18. Squared over to Samuel. Turns to the left. Sumo. Back heel was shut down. Shot off the football crossbar from Grant Carr. Turned over. Diakite with the interception. He wants to get on the board, and he does. Diakite.
Has an assist on the night, assisted in Sumo's first goal of the night. Thought he could do it again. Thought he wanted to get a taste of what it's like to have the glory.
KSA's willingness to get numbers forward into the attack at times. Camden into the middle to Sumo, flicks it on. Shot pulled wide of the far post. I think Carr was cracking jokes, trying to get Camden to walk away. He wouldn't do it. Wilfred Camden says this free kick's mine. Carr sets up a secondary wall. Camden, save Avgerinos. He starts the break. Down the right side, Sumo in again. Dispossessed. Kai Downs, who has been very good tonight for Fountain City. Amy or Kofi Tuamasi. Fountain City desperately trying to get on the board with a consolation goal. Can't get the shot off. Do they get the penalty? Yes, they do. Fountain City will go to the spot with an opportunity to get on the board. We'll come in just a bit as we take another look at the work done by Kai Downs to earn the penalty.
Kai Downs has been all over it in the game. Comes in, and it's that trip from behind.
For Fountain City, on the rare occasions they've been able to do that. Salmon will approach it with the right foot. Lionel Saku in goal for Kalonji Pro Profile. Salmon gets Fountain City on the board. Goal, goal, goal for the boys from Columbus. 7-1.
Really, really confident PK from Salmon.
Whistle blown, stepped up quick, hit it well with the inside of the right foot. No hesitation, knew exactly where he wanted to go with it. Almost the meme with the timid dog on one side. That's how the game started. And then the big strong dog on the other side. KSA has been the big strong dog, and they add another one. Goal number 8, Blake White on the board.
Started with the break from Anthony Sumo. Able to get onto it. It was just that back heel, able to find Blake White as he's able just to launch it into a wide open net. Stemmed from a corner kick. That's what you have to capitalize on. Those set piece opportunities, every opportunity you have, and that's something that Fountain City didn't do today.
Here comes KSA again. Not enough real estate to round the corner and put that one into the back of the net. Concede first. There won't be a way back through. If KSA concede first, they have the firepower to come back. It'll be then the mental battle, as Birmingham will have the momentum. They'll have even more confidence. And KSA will just have to see how they handle that, as that will do it here tonight in Snellville at Shiloh High School. KSA Pro Profile, the top-seeded team, absolutely looked like it tonight. 8 goals on the board for Kalonji Pro Profile as they defeat Fountain City FC. That's the bracket. The semifinals are set. Kalonji Pro Profile will be hosting FC Birmingham, we expect, on Sunday, December 15th, while North Georgia United, the number 4 seed, will host Potros FC, the number 6 seed. We expect that one will be on Saturday, December 14th.
Welcome back to ASMG TV here on YouTube. I'm Madison Cruz. Joined with me is the owner of Fountain City in Gage Joyner. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I know it's not the result you guys had wanted, but I want to talk about this progress that we've seen from Fountain City this year. You guys were in a lower division, coming now into the Premier Division. What has that jump been like for you guys?
It's been tougher than we expected, I think, a little bit. being one of the only teams to make it into the playoffs from Division One. Sorry, it's so cold. I'm still trying to. But yeah, it's tough, man. All these teams, former pros, active pros. We just got to come harder next year. So take some time in the off season to recoup and maybe try to recruit and come back harder.
It's something to be proud of, though. Being here, it's only your first season, then being able to make it into the playoffs as the 8th seed.
Right.
How proud are you of this team?
Yeah, I told the guys, that I'm proud of them for being able to make the playoffs this season. It's like I said, it's a challenge. We got promoted. We did super well in Division One, of course. Had Golden Boot, moved up, and now we're playing the guys that have the Golden Boot and that are the regular season champs. So it's like a full circle thing. So hopefully we can do better next season.
How does a match like this help you guys moving forward, and what you guys can do better and what you can do to grow heading into next season?
I think it just caps off it shows that there's levels, of course. A lot of the teams we played, there was some close games. I think we fell off a little bit toward the end of the season, of course. But it just shows that where we need to grow and kind of the top where we need to be at. So.
Awesome, Gage. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back here on ASMG TV here on YouTube. Joining me after this, it's going to be Anthony Sumo and Joseph Samuel. They'll be joining us here to chat a little bit about this match and what's to come. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to ASMG TV here on YouTube. I'm Madison Cruz. Joined with me is Joseph Samuel and Anthony Sumo, the Golden Boot winner for Kalonji Pro Profile. Guys, a dominating performance for you guys tonight. How does a win like this help you guys moving into the next round of the playoffs?
I think it just helps us with our confidence, I think we did some things really great and other things not so well. We know that other team, and we just want to build on the good things we did and pick some of the, the bad habits we have, obviously, and then move on to the next game and just, do even better. Yeah.
We did pretty good, and I want to say thanks to God again, because He is the only reason we made it this far, and we just gonna keep working hard for each other. And we started off slow, but we got the hang to it, and we started moving on. We started playing. I mean, we did some things right, and we did some things wrong. That's football. We're gonna go and practice and learn and move forward. So. Yeah.
One thing that stuck out to me, I think, watching you guys in Wednesday's match, but then also seeing it again today, is just how connected you guys are. Talking to you guys again, talking to Kareem, talking to Bruno, just how much it feels like a family, not only on the field, but off of it. How has it been to form that relationship with a lot of new players coming in, like Kareem, like Tumasi coming back in after playing professionally?
Yeah, I mean, the reason we have success, I think, is because we are a community, first of all. We all understand what we need to do, and we've been a part of this community for a long time. So it just comes very naturally whoever is in the game. It can be anybody from U16 to all, the pro profiles. They understand what it means. They understand how to play and all of that. So it always feels like, it's just, we're always connected,
Yeah, going off of what Joseph was saying, we're a family and we work together for each other. Apart from being on the field, outside of the field, we look out for each other and family first. And I think it just shows on the field what we do for each other, work hard for each other, and play as a team. That's one of the biggest part of it, is like being family and working hard for each other. So, yeah.
Next week, you guys are going up against the 7th seed in FC Birmingham. They took down number 2 Dalton United yesterday. The underdog coming in, stepping in, already having one upset. What is the feeling going into that game, knowing that they're the opponent, and how do you guys keep everything focused heading into that game?
It's soccer, right? At the end of the day, it's soccer. You have to expect the unexpected, We always approach every game as not like as a top team. We have to earn that title. Every game we have to earn that title. And the coach says that from the warm-up, from showing up on time and things like that, we have to earn it every game, every practice. So there's no complacency within us, right? We would never be successful if that was the case. especially players coming in and out, with us changing lineups all the time and things like that. We're not complacent, so we always, thinking we got to play hard, we got to play the right way. It's the same approach every time, so nothing would change.
Yeah, I mean, we don't underestimate any team. We go into every game going to do our best and work hard for each other. And at the same time, we don't worry about who we're going against. We worry about our game and focus on like what we're gonna do to be able to overcome any situation that come ahead of us. So that's like the biggest part. We focus on our game and do what we do best: play football and have fun and enjoy ourselves. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys again for joining us. We'll see you guys here next week as you guys get ready for.
Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Welcome into Snellville, Georgia, Charlie Jordan Field here at Shiloh High School. It is semifinal number 2 in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division Fall Playoffs. Kalonji Pro Profile, the number 1 seed, 12-0-1 coming in, facing FC Birmingham, the number 7 seed, 5-2-6 on the 2024 fall season.
Alongside Madison Cruz, I'm Jason Longshore. And Maddie, we had the chance to see both of these teams last weekend in their quarterfinal wins. What is one thing that Kalonji Pro Profile has to do well today to do what they're expected to do and advance to the final?
I mean, you got to keep playing your style. That's exactly what you have to do. You got to keep it going, and you can't let up for a second. I think when you go into a matchup like this where it is a number 1 versus number 7, it almost feels like you don't really need to put that much energy forward, but this FC Birmingham team has proven that they can defeat all odds.
Speaking of FC Birmingham, you get a look at the lineup there. What's something that they have to do well to take care of business and pull off another upset today?
They just got to be who they are. They came into Dalton unexpected to not beat them, able to go in their home turf, able to come out with the win. Now you're going up against another David versus Goliath. You got to do the same thing. You got to be who you are, play with your identity. But also, too, one thing that you said when you talked to Josh Martinez earlier this week is they don't like to stick to a specific way of playing. They like to play to who their opponent is. They're not afraid to do that. A lot of teams are. But they're going to go in. They got to go up against this Kalonji Pro Profile team that is very, very known for their strong offense, especially who they've brought in recently.
FC Birmingham knows that they have to come in and defend quite a bit today. They know that. They're not going to want to just sit back, though. As we take a look at the Kalonji Pro Profile lineup, no major surprises in the KSA lineup. Kalen Kalonji back into the first team after playing a lot on the MLS next side of things. They have plenty of depth on the bench as well. But FC Birmingham, they know they're going to have to defend a lot today at times, but they have to provide a threat. In Dalton last week, about 20 minutes, they settled into the match and then were able to start attacking Dalton. Let's kick it for 45 minutes here in the semifinal. Kalonji Pro Profile in the all-white, moving from left to right on your screens. FC Birmingham in the yellow tops, blue shorts, and blue socks, moving from right to left. Thanks for hanging out with us on ASMG TV. Make sure you are subscribed because the final is coming up next week, and that will be a round of 32 match in the UPSL National Tournament. KSA working the ball from right to left.
I'm interested to see how FC Birmingham handles the way KSA is known to play. They like to do those over-the-top balls, especially to connect to Anthony Sumo on the right. I'm interested to see how they're going to close that down and stop any build-up play from him on the right.
Driven down the middle overhit, looking for Kalen Kalonji, picked up by Junior Nunez. I believe we have had a change to the starting lineup for KSA as well. Looks like Mohamed Diakite is at right back. I'll try to get that confirmed instead of Lamek Phillip. Throwing on the far side for Birmingham. Launch down the line for Opara. Knocked away from him by Grant Carr. Throw for Birmingham. It was Joel Opara, the London, England native, who really helped turn the game. Able to get in behind consistently against Dalton United. Flipped the field and started to pull that Dalton defense apart at times. Let's see how Birmingham uses Opara today. Gerson Rodriguez will throw this in, looking for Opara. Doesn't get to him. Good work by KSA as they find Josef Samuel, who sets the tone and the tempo in the midfield so often for this group. Diakite on the right. Sumo tries to give it back to Diakite under pressure, turns it over. Throw for Birmingham in the attacking half.
I like that from FC Birmingham. Putting all of that high energy pressure on them. That's something that Dalton did against them in that first match. They were able to handle it really well. Not afraid to step up to it and give Kalonji a taste of their own medicine, because that's exactly what KSA does when they don't have the ball. They're trying to win it back.
Throw in here on the near side, Daniel McFarland. The Colorado native throws it in, intended for the 18. Sumo tries to juggle out of trouble. McFarland knocks him down, trying to win the ball back. It'll be a free kick for KSA.
Driven long by Kamani Irving. Won by the visitors from Alabama. Caleb Sippin on the left. Back to McFarland, forward to Sippin. Taken away from him by Sumo. Down the right side, opportunity building for KSA. Back post knocked away from the intended target, Wilfred Camden. Going to be a corner.
Gerson Rodriguez right there to clean it up. Nunez had the touch on it, but it was Rodriguez that came in to knock it out for the corner.
It's a dangerous ball from the right side. Kareem Tamimi likes to drift out wide. He put in a dangerous cross, outswinging corner. Headed straight up and back down, half volley into the back of the net. Goal, 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 KSA early in the 4th minute, Kareem Tamimi.
Ball fell right to his feet. It was lost in the shuffle, trying to head it back. It was headed back by Sumo, finds Tamimi. Tamimi just able to do one touch to bring it down and then launches it right past Nunez to make it 1-0.
Sumo found that one that was headed up into the sky. And that's really good work from Anthony Sumo, who picks up the assist. Heads it over to the backside. And Tamimi with the opportunity to bring it down and launch a half volley into the back of the net. 1-0 KSA. The last thing you want if you are the underdog on the road is to fall behind early. Have to continue with the game plan now. Dominguez does that for Birmingham. Launched up the right side for Opara. Opara trying to turn the corner into the 18. Opara's cross blocked. He'll take the corner on the far side. We had one other change for KSA in the starting lineup. Ibrima Dampfa also in. Alex Njama not starting today. So an in-swinging corner on the far side for Juan Dominguez. Everyone on the back post. Dominguez curls it in, trying to get there, but it's caught by Sekou. Sekou launches it up the right side. Tamimi with the back heel intended for Sumo. Throw KSA here on the near side. Drop back to Samuel and back to Diakite.
Going down 1-0 this early in the match, it can be somewhat of a deflating feeling for FC Birmingham, but that's not what they're showing right now. They're not giving up. It's early on in the match. You still got a ton of time to get back into this. One thing that Josh Martinez told you again in that interview you did earlier this week on the SDH network, said that they're not going to go down. No matter what happens, they're going to continue to fight until that final whistle is blown. And even if they end up going down a little bit, they're not going to sit back. They're not going to park the bus. They're going to keep pushing forward and trying to find another goal.
Even looking at that record this season, this hasn't been a team that's been easy to defeat. They did make a coaching change in midseason. Fortunes did change for them. Josh Martinez, the veteran center back from Puerto Rico, has made them a little more stout, a little more difficult to break down, maybe a little more resilient as we're seeing here. Opportunity for Villanueva. Knocked away from him, and it was Tamimi who made the long run back to defend. Pass intercepted on the far side by Gerson Rodriguez. Birmingham crossed in, overhit for Dominguez, and he's not going to be able to run that down. It'll be a throw deep in the corner for Kalonji Pro Profile.
Birmingham handling the pressure really well, able to cause a couple of turnovers, trying to win it back and trying to create something on the offense.
It's a little bit of a makeshift back line for Kalonji Pro Profile with Diakite replacing Phillip at right back, Dampfa replacing Njama at center back. Experienced players, but maybe this quartet doesn't have a lot of experience together.
That's going to be something that Birmingham going to want to capitalize with. We've seen it already a couple of times with those turnovers, with some players able to sneak in behind and try to create some opportunities.
Over to the left side. Knocking the ball around. Camden drops it back. Samuel gives it back to Wilfred. He takes off down the left, trying to turn the corner. Left-footed cross, knocked down and cleared by Logan Sawyer. Big header won by Kamani Irving. Kalen Kalonji out wide to the left. Cutting in on the right foot. Backheel attempt was deflected. Samuel will find it again. Kalonji, couple of step overs, blocked on the cross from him. Opportunity for Birmingham to break out. Dominguez hit the brakes. I think he wanted to launch Opara down the right. Unable to get that pass off. KSA win it back. Damfa ran it down. Tiente over to the right side. Diakite now. Knocked away from Tamimi. Throw here in the middle third for KSA. Ninth minute, 1-0 on a goal from Kareem Tamimi, assisted by Anthony Sumo. We have some confusion on what was going on in that sequence. Birmingham thought they had earned a foul. Didn't hear the whistle. Good work by our referee just to get us back underway. I think that was confusion more than anything. Back on it in the middle third. Samuel will drop it back to Irving. Over to Damfa. Passes forward to Sumo. He's able to turn and face. Hounded by Sippin and is knocked away. It was McFarland who took it away. Dominguez doesn't connect with Opara, who was making the run in behind Carr.
McFarland doing a great job closing down that right side, especially when you have a powerhouse, the Golden Boot winner, and Anthony Sumo on the right.
Tamimi turns to the outside, takes off down the left. Gets past Rodriguez. Tamimi. Low cross, easy for Nunez to deal with this time. Junior Nunez, one of the quite a few Birmingham natives playing for FC Birmingham. Damfa heads it down. Irving back to Damfa under some pressure. He's able to knock it over to the right side to Diakite. Joseph Samuel will loop around to the left and has Irving. Passes forward to Kalonji. Kalen Kalonji was upended that time around. Foul is called and a warning will be given. No card as we take another look at it. Good turn from Kalonji, and he's just hit late. Back to the right to Diakite. Up the right flank, Sumo. Camden turns to the outside, puts in a cross, deflected, caught by Nunez.
Great pressure from FC Birmingham. Stopped a couple of those crossers from coming in, put a lot of pressure on Tamimi, made the cross in a little bit too light, and then same thing here with Wilfred as he's trying to come in. You see McFarland get right on top of him, not allow him to get the right angle that he wants to on the shot.
Bailey Harris out wide to the right. Opara trying to turn that corner once again. Got past Carr, couldn't get past Irving. It will likely take a couple of defenders when Joel Opara gets going on that right flank. Tamimi through the middle, intercepted by Sawyer. His pass up the left side does get to Sippin. He's able to get past Diakite, but could not get past Damfa. Diakite spinning through the midfield. Kalen Kalonji dispossessed. Brew will drop it back to McFarland. Under a little bit of pressure, he'll go back to Nunez.
Good awareness from McFarland. Just reset it back to Nunez. Allow the play to build back up.
Brew. Villanueva. Sippin. Pass intercepted. Damfa. Over to Irving. 13th minute. Not a lot of chances in it yet, but KSA have the chance that ended up in the back of the net that came off the right boot of Kareem Tamimi.
Samuel. Sumo gets past McFarland. Sumo into the 18. Drives it across the face of goal. Doesn't find anyone in front of goal. Tamimi on the back post. Into the 18. Couple of step overs. Takes a touch to the right. Cross. Blocked by Martinez, and he will clear. Headed down to Diakite. Thought about launching from 40 yards. He'll just dribble past a couple guys instead. Ran out of real estate there, Diakite. McFarland slid over. Kalonji back to Diakite. His cross caught by Nunez. Nunez will punt this one long with the left foot. Gets past Irving. Damfa over to head it away to clean it up. Tiente, Carr, Damfa. Diakite inside to Tony Tiente. Kalonji back to Tiente. Irving to Mimi. Plays the 1-2 with Tiente. To Mimi. Through ball. Perfectly placed. Sumo in behind goal. Goal. Anthony Sumo. 2-0 Kalonji Pro profile in the 15th minute.
Wide open. Anthony Sumo, what we've seen him do all season long. One touch, gets it on the left, slides it past Nunez, and it's 2-0. But one thing that's so interesting about that play is you had no one covering him. Everyone was just hounding in the center field, and Sumo's able to deliver the ball right over the top and is able to capitalize.
It's what Tamimi does so well, dropping into the midfield. He gets you into no man's land. If you go follow him, you leave those opportunities for runs in behind, and Sumo and Tamimi on such a good chemistry right now. Tamimi is waiting for Sumo to make the run, holding the ball, drawing attention to him, and he ends up getting that perfectly weighted pass to Sumo in behind. A brilliantly timed run for Anthony Sumo as well. KSA free kick taken quickly. Tiente and Carr on the left side. Camden to Mimi. Tiente. Samuel. Diakite. Samuel. Sumo intercepted. Villanueva will drop it back. McFarland sipping. Pressure works for KSA this time around. Kalonji. He'll reset back to the back line. Damfa gives it back to him. Counter pressure from KSA was perfectly executed there. After losing possession, they had the 4 versus 3 advantage defensively, and they won the ball back. Kalonji up the left side. Gets away from Camden. Throw Birmingham, and like we said earlier, there is a lot of time left, but down 2-0, you have to start thinking about taking some chances, getting numbers forward, and that can go against you as well. But if they can pull one back, things get really interesting. It's quite a delicate balance for Birmingham in how you approach this with a lot of time left in the first half, let alone the second.
The most dangerous lead in soccer is a 2-0 lead.
You know I hate that cliche.
Very, very dangerous.
Headed into the 18. Going to be a goal kick.
That's good pressure from Gerson Rodriguez. Tracking it down, not allowing for Kalonji to get a shot and just forcing the goal kick. But I'm really interested to see how FC Birmingham now responds. You know, you go down 2 goals really early in the first half. How you're able to respond is that mean getting some players forward, causing some risks when you leave that open in the back line, especially with the firepower that you have with Kalonji. I'm interested to see how they play the next couple of minutes in the first half.
Brew drops it back. Rodriguez over to the right. Harris. Knocked away by Carr. It'll be a throw for Birmingham. Going into the 19th minute. The 2-0 lead cliche. It's one of those things that we always remember when teams blow a 2-goal lead. We don't talk about it in a situation like last week where a 2-0 lead ended up becoming a whole lot more. Opara trying to cut that lead in half right now, edge of the 18. Flicks it to the back post. Brew heads it forward. Headed away. Saku. There's contact and a penalty for Birmingham. No, not going to be the penalty. I think we're going to get the call back before. It looked like he was pointing to the spot, the referee. Go back to the whole sequence. The cross from Opara outside of the foot, headed forward. Collisions all over. Whistle was not blown. There's a little bit of contact there with Saku and McFarland. Yeah, awkward signals there. And that's one of those things. We couldn't hear a whistle, but the way the referee came in and pointed, thought he was pointing to the spot.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that. KSA in the middle third. Tamimi drops it back. Diakite. Sumo. Diakite. Looking to launch. That's going to get all the way to the backside. Brilliant ball from Mohamed Diakite to Camden. Camden still on it. Still on it. Josh Martinez comes across with a crunching tackle. Corner, Kalonji Pro profile.
That's just the veteran experience from Josh Martinez. Not only being the player, but being the head coach on the field. It's just great awareness. Gerson Rodriguez does a lot of the work, comes in, gets that stop, but it's Josh Martinez, comes in with the slide just to knock it out.
The center back, 43 years old. First coaching experience is here with this FC Birmingham team. He has his team in the semifinal. Crossed in. It's going to be a throw for KSA. Came off a Birmingham head there in the 18.
Just looking at Josh Martinez, you see him pointing, trying to coach on the field as well. It's so interesting having that balance between player and then also being the head coach, trying to get things organized, especially when you're down 2-0.
Samuel back across to Carr. All the way over to the backside. Played in. Martinez there to defend. Back heel. Kalen Kalonji off the post. Cleared only as far as the top of the 18. Dampfa turns it over. McFarland. Outlet pass up the left side. A good one. Dominguez, though, can't win the foot race with Kamani Irving. Carr back to Saku. Samuel. Seen those flashes where Birmingham has looked like they might be able to make something happen on the counter, but they haven't quite pulled it off yet.
And that's where FC Birmingham is going to have to capitalize. You see the way Kalonji plays, as someone gets forward, a lot of them step up too. When you get that counter and someone's going forward, you got to take those opportunities because there's only maybe two people in the back who are defending.
Harris stepped up that time. Didn't win it, but helped hassle that one into a turnover. Opara trying to run one down on the right side. Saku clears it to Loganville.
It's good work from Opara, staying with it, forcing Saku to make the ball outside to force the throw in. As we take a look back at this challenge again, off the crossbar. Ooh.
It's a great shot from Kalonji off the back heel, puts it off the face of the post. Deep throw for Birmingham. Launched into the 6, but too much on it. Saku will catch it. The counter could be on here for KSA. Up the left side, Camden. Gets the underlapping run from Samuel. Plays it to Tamimi instead. Tamimi down the left side now. Camden. Sumo can't quite get his right boot around it. It's where you see the chemistry in this KSA team as they're able to bob and weave down the left side here to create this opportunity.
It all stems from Kareem Tamimi, just a great ball up at the top. Looking for Wilfred, tries to connect to Sumo. It gets on his right foot. We know that he's more dominant with the left. It's just a misplayed ball, just couldn't get it exactly where he wanted to. But knowing this KSA team and just how connected they are, they've been playing together for years, especially when you have players like Tony Tiente and Kareem Tamimi coming back into the squad and already making such a big impact and only being there for maybe 5 games?
Tamimi, yes. Tiente has been here for a little bit again in his second run with the club. Opara on the left side now. Pass inside, and that's the work you get from Tamimi. Gonna be a free kick for Birmingham. Late whistle that time. Tamimi dropping back to help defend to launch the potential counter, but the foul is called instead. So that's interesting with Opara moving over to the left to run at Diakite, the central midfielder, playing right back as we go back to take a look at that foul that was called. So Opara on the left side, just caught a little late there by Diakite.
We saw the same thing from FC Birmingham against Dalton. We saw Opara switch to the left. He can do a mix of both, and we've seen him create a lot of challenges on the left.
Gerson Rodriguez. Saku has to get a hand on that, or it would have been a corner. Good work by the KSA goalkeeper. Past the midway mark of the first half, Kareem Tamimi has a goal and an assist already. Anthony Sumo with the other goal, and he got the assist on Tamimi's goal. Birmingham after the turnover. Villanueva down the middle. Dampfa comes in to clean it up. Good read from the veteran Ibrima Dampfa. Irving. Passes forward to Tiente. Carr up the left side. Camden. Double teamed. Birmingham will play it up the right side, looking for Dominguez. Another foul, another free kick for Birmingham. A bit of frustration there from Kimani Irving. Even dominant teams like KSA have these lulls in halves where things can get away from them a little bit. Another foul, another free kick. We'll see if Birmingham can take advantage.
This is one of those opportunities you have to if you're FC Birmingham. It's very rare that you get the chance to get on the counter and get an opportunity to try a goal.
Gerson Rodriguez comes up a little short, knocked away by Samuel, falls to McFarland. Cuts in on the right foot. Brew. Drop back. Villanueva. No one saw what Villanueva saw, which was that space in behind the back line. Didn't get the run he was looking for. Saku will pick it up.
Maybe was looking for Dominguez or Sippin. You had both of them kind of stationed there. Villanueva thought that maybe one of them was going to make the run in on the right.
Yeah, it's the right ball from Villanueva.
Absolutely.
You're making the pass, trying to force the run that you're not getting ahead of time. KSA building up in their own half. Samuel gets through to Tamimi. Knocked away in the recovery run by Brew. Opara wins it. Takes it away from Diakite. Joel Opara. Back to Brew. Inside to Sawyer. Rodriguez. Martinez. Brew back to Martinez. Tries to get that one through. It's intercepted by Sumo. That's one of those passes that you have to start trying if you're Birmingham. Gonna fit that through the eye of the needle. Good pressure again from Birmingham. Saku was able to handle it. A little sloppy in possession from KSA. They're back on it again. Samuel. Tiente, Kalonji, Dampfa, Irving. Dots are being connected with increased frequency now for KSA. Tiente, Irving, Tony on it again. Gets it back another time. Over to the right to Samuel. Up the right side to Mimi. To Mimi, gets past McFarland. Floats one into the back post. Nunez comes for it and gets it. Birmingham able to clear. Villanueva up the right side. Flag is up. That time Dominguez's run started a little bit too early.
Such a good idea, too, from Birmingham as we take a look at the opportunity here. Tamimi driving on the right, looks for the crossover.
It's good work from Nunez. Timed it well, got a hand to it, able to knock it into open space to get to it. KSA take the free kick in the 29th minute. Sumo and Tamimi. Diakite has the ability to play as a right back. Don't know how much experience he has at right back.
That might be the thinking, too, from Josh Martinez and his side, is putting Opara on that side. Maybe trying to challenge Diakite a little bit, seeing where Opara can slide in and create some opportunities and get past him.
It's worth a look at both sides. I think Opara can run past Carr maybe a little bit more than Diakite. I'm not sure who would win that foot race between Diakite and Carr, but Carr a little more experience playing as a fullback. So it will be very interesting to see how that evolves as things go. Birmingham has steadied themselves after conceding twice. They're going to have to get a little more going in the attacking half, while also keeping KSA off the board. Not an easy task. Brew with the interception. Martinez, it's blocked by Tamimi. Sawyer will clear that one to Oconee County.
Which is interesting. Something that Josh Martinez said earlier this week to you was it took them about 15-20 minutes in the first half to really get settled against Dalton. The same thing here as well, and we've kind of seen a bit of a switch. Kalonji came in and they looked very confident coming in, and now after being up 2-0, they look a little bit astray, not exactly knowing where things are going to go, a little bit of some wayward passes. FC Birmingham solidifying themselves a little bit in this match.
KSA might have sorted those issues out, and here they come into the attacking third right on command, turning inside of the right foot. Shot wide. Going to be a goal kick. It's easy when you are the top seed and you frankly haven't been challenged a whole lot as of late to take your foot off the gas. KSA found that gas pedal again in that sequence. Junior Nunez will take the goal kick. Lefty plays it into the center circle. Samuel goes up, wins it, brings it down. Sumo on the right. Looking to cut inside. Brew trying to take that away. Back to Diakite. Samuel. Diakite and Samuel, so often a central midfield pairing. Now Diakite comes into that central midfield, overloading that portion of the field. KSA will take advantage on the left. Kalonji, Samuel. That's what this KSA team can do with all of these attacking weapons. They're very fluid. Over the right. Sumo. Opara trying to help win it back. Sumo rides off the challenge. McFarland comes in and times the tackle well. Deflects to Dominguez. Has Opara on the left. Big switch is on. If Opara can find it, he couldn't. Picks out Villanueva instead. He'll hit the switch to the right side. Sippin. Edge of the 18. Dangerous cross in. Did not find Dominguez and gets all the way through. Goal kick. Oh, did it deflect? Looks like it did deflect. I think that signal was clear enough as we take another look at Villanueva finding Sippin on the right.
This is great awareness from Villanueva. Connects to Sippin. Sippin is able to get the corner out of this one. It's a great sequence from Birmingham. A couple of one-touch passes able to connect and took their time to find it too. Didn't just immediately try the counter.
Gerson Rodriguez in swinger here from the near side. Near post, headed away. Volley attempt from Harris. Deflected, put home for Birmingham. Goal, goal, goal. Logan Sawyer cuts the lead in half in the 34th minute.
Let the games begin.
Gerson Rodriguez with a corner to the near post. Headed away, everything looks all right. Look at Bailey Harris going full volley. It deflects off a damp one. Logan Sawyer able to find it top of the 6 and put it home, 2-1.
I'm going to have to do a little bit of research back in my notes, but I believe it was around the same time that FC Birmingham scored off of a corner against Dalton in that game as well. A little bit different circumstances there, but this could be the goal that could spark FC Birmingham and get back into this one. Now all you need is another goal to tie it up.
Still a lot of time in the first half for both teams to react to that. Opara knocks it away from Sumo. The underdog has come in, got knocked to the mat a couple of times in the first half, but they just landed a mighty uppercut. See if they can continue hammering home, or if KSA can shake out the cobwebs and get back on their footing. McFarland knocks that one down. Diakite will run it down. Samuel drops it back. Dampfa will have to go run it down. That allows Birmingham to step out a little bit. So plenty of time here for KSA. Keep moving the ball around. Tamimi drops into that pocket of space. Foul is called as Tamimi got that pass off. A little bit of extracurriculars as well. Birmingham weren't quite sure about the initial call. We'll take another look at it. A little bit of a grab from Harris. Cross in, headed wide. That quick, KSA nearly restore their 2-goal lead. Tamimi's header just wide of the post.
In those moments, you cannot lose any concentration when you have the likes of Anthony Sumo, Kareem Tamimi up at the top of the box. Coming in just so fast, you don't even see that he's there.
So good at timing that run. Tamimi's header goes wide. 37th minute. Logan Sawyer has cut the lead in half for Birmingham. KSA, goals from Sumo and from Tamimi. Dominguez knocks it down to Opara. Cutting in on the right foot. Birmingham can set up shop here a little bit. McFarland. Villanueva. Rodriguez. Harris. Harris's audacious volley attempt that helped create the goal for Sawyer. Get a look at the Birmingham bench. Rodriguez will throw this back in. Turning on the far side, no call. That was right at the edge of the 18 as well. Villanueva wins it back for Birmingham. Down the right, blocked, throw for the visitors.
I'm a little shocked that was not called. We'll take another look at it. Throw-in comes in, he's able to make the turn. There was a little bit of contact, just pushing and shoving there. I don't exactly know. The ref on the far corner saw the entire thing, didn't put up his flag.
Yeah, the AR on the far side, he had a great look at it. Did not indicate anything. Going to be a throw here for Birmingham. Bailey Harris to take it. He launches it into the 18, to the penalty spot, headed down, one hopper for Saku to catch. Rolled out to the right, 39th minute. Birmingham growing in confidence. KSA handling things pretty well as well. Tamimi turns, heavy touch, Brew intercepts it. Break was on, but not delivered to Opara. Diakite will turn. Up the right side for Sumo. McFarland stands him up and earns the throw.
That's great work from McFarland.
McFarland replacing Junior Rugama, who separated his shoulder after the match last week in the quarterfinal. McFarland played in the midfield in that match. He's moved to left back in this one. Dominguez wanted away from Samuel for a moment, but Kamani Irving has Yosef Samuel's back. He dribbles through the midfield. Great ball up the left side from Irving. Camden, blocked by Rodriguez. Sippen turns, but Samuel takes it away from him. Camden, overlapping run from Samuel, one back again by Rodriguez. Felt like around this time last week as well that Gerson Rodriguez started slamming doors in people's faces on that right side.
He's been doing it all match as well, standing up against Wilfred and not allowing him the opportunity.
Tamimi through ball to Sumo. Nunez can't get there. Goal, goal, goal. And it's that combination again. Tamimi turns. Sumo makes the run in behind. 3-1 Kalonji Pro Profile.
Just how dangerous both of those players can be. Connects to Kareem Tamimi under a lot of pressure, able to get the one touch in to Sumo, who's able to slide it right into the back of the net.
Brilliant finish from Anthony Sumo. Even better pass from Kareem Tamimi. He's got a goal and 2 assists on the day. And Kalonji Pro Profile, before halftime, restores that 2-goal lead. Bailey Harris on it for Birmingham. Wayward pass down the right side, intended for Sippen. It's got to be a little bit of a gut punch for this FC Birmingham team, who had been building into things after conceding twice. Dominguez nearly with an interception there.
But that's one thing if you're FC Birmingham, even though you give up another goal, it's 3-1 now. It feels deflating, but you just can't give up. You can't let that one moment sink it right now.
Logan Sawyer wins the header. Off the back of Harris, going to be a throw for KSA. Turned over, Dominguez into the 18, looking for help. Left-footed shot over the bar. Still a little sloppy at times out of the back for KSA tonight. But Dominguez unable to make them pay here.
Dominguez has been tracking it this entire game, just staying right up there, putting a lot of pressure on that back line. Tries the wide open shot from outside. He had a couple of options. He had Opara coming in.
It's a low percentage there from Dominguez. Opara wanted that cross in. Dampfa, if you go back and watch that replay, Dampfa tries to take away the cross pretty well. Does give up the shot, but his gamble was correct. Opara caught Diakite late there, so it will be a free kick for KSA in the 42nd minute, now into the 43rd. Daniel Emery is the referee today, assisted by Griffin Westbrook and Thomas Brigman, fourth official, Frank Peacock. North Georgia United won our first semifinal of the day. They defeated Potros earlier today in Dalton. They are awaiting to see who they will face in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division final. If Birmingham comes back and wins what will be an epic comeback here in the second half, North Georgia would host that match. Otherwise, KSA would host North Georgia next weekend. Diakite coming inside, and you see that benefit that KSA has gained with Diakite playing right back. Very comfortable cutting inside and becoming a central midfielder where he's very comfortable. Turns, passes forward to Mimi, back to Diakite. So smooth on the ball, Mohamed Diakite. Skipping past yellow shirts. Up the left side for Carr. Drops it back. Right back on the left side. Totally normal. Tamimi. Over the top. Brought down, but unable to really control that one was Wilfred Camden. Those are the moments where Birmingham have to win the ball back and try to break, where KSA is so fluid in the attack, they can be a little unstructured defensively in transition. But when your attack is so good, as we've seen with this team in the second half of the season, they're willing to take that gamble and get numbers forward.
FC Birmingham doing a great job of closing that down, have a lot of opportunities where in any other games we've seen Kalonji Pro Profile find the back of the net and are able to capitalize. FC Birmingham putting a lot of pressure on those front three, not allowing some of those crosses to come through.
Sumo comes up a little short. Rodriguez will head it wide, but concede the throw. Seconds remaining in first half regulation time here at Shiloh High School. 3-1 Kalonji Pro Profile, a brace for Anthony Sumo. A goal for Kareem Tamimi to go along with 2 assists. Carr throws it in. Dominguez tries to win it back, but puts it out for another throw. Sawyer knocks it back out wide to the left. We're into first half stoppage time now. Tamimi drops it off for Samuel. Big switch over to the right to Diakite. Pulls it back onto the left foot. Blocked up into the sky, and Nunez will catch it. We're indicated 2 minutes of stoppage time. There was an offside decision in that. Flag was up on the near side. Opara. His header finds Samuel. Dominguez finds the deflection, but Samuel just wins it right back. Ibrima Damfa. Samuel. Sumo. Back to Samuel. Back to Damfa. 1 more minute of stoppage time here in Snellville. Overhit ball down the middle for Nunez. He'll catch and punt right back down the middle. Bounces over Dominguez. Sippin tries to win it. He draws the foul. 1 more opportunity here for Birmingham late in the first half.
Late push in the back from KSA.
Kerson Rodriguez, 50 yards from goal. Wouldn't mind if this is the last opportunity, Birmingham, especially if they can make it count. Float it in, top of the 6, gets through, and Brew can't bring it down. There was Sawyer who made that run around the back, almost found that. And I would assume that that will do it for first half action. Take 1 more look at that free kick.
What a ball from Gerson Rodriguez. Right-footed, just cross in. Michael Brew just unable to get ahead on it. You had Dominguez coming in from behind, trying to get the rebound there too, but FC Birmingham unable to capitalize.
2 goals from Anthony Sumo, 1 from Kareem Tamimi. Not a whole lot of other chances. Birmingham has been punished at times. This KSA attack that usually is about volume has been a little more about efficiency here tonight. 3-1 lead in the semifinal. The winner of this will face North Georgia United. We'll talk a little bit more about this one. You'll also hear from Kalen Kalonji here at halftime on ASMG TV. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Snellville. Charlie Jordan Field here on the campus of Shiloh High School. Kalonji Pro Profile, the top seed in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division fall season, 3-1 lead at the break over the number 7 seed, FC Birmingham. Alongside Madison Cruz, I'm Jason Longshore. And Maddie, we're talking about it at the break. This is a KSA team that has been absurdly dominant over the past 6 weeks or so. What do they have to do to see this one out?
You got to keep going. Don't put the pressure on it, because now you get to a point where FC Birmingham has nothing to lose. They're coming into this second half. They're going to be trying to find some goals. That's going to leave open some opportunities to come back in from behind. You're going to leave those open spaces where you can get Kareem Tamimi, Anthony Sumo, and Camden just driving in, trying to create something in the box. But I'm interested to see how this is going to pan out as we get ready for the second half. Kalonji hasn't really been tested like this in a couple of games. The last time really was against Georgia Revolution, where they lost 3-2.
So far, they have answered the challenge of FC Birmingham. It was 2-0. Birmingham scored 1. Logan Sawyer putting home a deflected volley from Bailey Harris. But KSA was able to restore that 2-goal lead not too long afterwards, about 5 minutes later. Now that both teams have had a chance to catch their breath, we'll see how they handle this second 45. KSA in the all-white with black trim, moving from right to left on your screens. Birmingham in the yellow tops, blue shorts, blue socks, moving from left to right. Josh Martinez heads that one down. Pass intercepted by Tamimi. Joseph Samuel at midfield. Luke Sear into the match for FC Birmingham. Back available for selection, the number 5 for Birmingham. Sawyer's pass was won back momentarily by KSA. Samuel gets it back again the second time around. Carr will take the throw here on the near side. Back to Irving. Dominguez chasing. Ibrahima Dampfa on the ball. Diakite. Tamimi. Foul is called.
One thing that's also interesting, if you look back at the schedule for KSA after that loss against Georgia Revolution, only allowed for 3 goals to be put in behind them. And they scored 32 goals after that loss against Georgia Revolution. Really picked up the pace for KSA after that loss. A bit of an eye-opener for them.
Ball turned over. Grab there, no foul called. I guess maybe advantage was played. Harris will drop it back to Martinez. Nunez. Flicked on. Luke Sear. Switch over to the right, looking for Sippin. Doesn't get to it. Carr puts it out for a corner. Birmingham putting Kalonji Pro Profile under some pressure here in the 48th.
You see Grant Carr kind of talking to his teammates, telling them about that. You know, you can't allow that to happen. It was a quick turnaround for FC Birmingham to try and create an opportunity, and now they get a set-piece opportunity.
Going to be an in-swinger here from the near side. Headed away by Samuel. Villanueva heads it back in. Cleared out to Tamimi. Ball's overrun. Dominguez will get to it. Sippin trying to turn into the 18. He goes down, no call. Camden. Tamimi will drop it back. Tiente. Kalen Kalonji. Gets it back after the 1-2 with Diakite. Samuel. Samuel, and now into the attacking half. Irving switches it back across. Sear got a deflection on it. Sumo, Diakite. Kalen Kalonji up the right side. Sumo gets a pass, gets around Luke Sear. Unable to advance into the 18. Dribbles past Sear again. Foul by Harris. Free kick, KSA. Birmingham a little frustrated with the call. Sumo had doubled back, got past Sear again. Harris felt like he got a touch, I think, on the ground with the foot. The referee called the foul. Free kick here for Kalonji Pro Profile. Joseph Samuel standing over it. "28 yards out. First header away. Tiente gets it to Wilfred Camden, knocked away from him. 51st minute. Anthony Sumo with 2. That has Kalonji Pro Profile in the lead. On pace to host North Georgia United next weekend. Carr throws it in. Tiente. Samuel. Sumo out wide to the right. Diakite coming across to the left. Loops back around. Shirt grab from Villanueva. Advantage played, or it wasn't seen. Dampa out wide to the right to Mimi. Samuel. Kalen Kalonji knocked away by Martinez. KSA just suffocating Birmingham right now. Pinning them in, not letting them get out of their own half. That's one way to do it. Bruce steps up to intercept. Carries it forward, but is passed behind Dominguez. Game getting stretched now. And the foul's called in transition. And I think you're starting to see the frustration from Birmingham. Villanueva gets a yellow card.
Comes in late to that challenge. It's a misplayed ball that KSA is able to win back. As we see, Brew is able to steal it from KSA. Just a misplayed, was looking for Dominguez, and Dominguez comes in and just trips up. He pushes him down.
Another free kick here for Kalonji Pro Profile. Tony Tiente gets it back from Diakite. Gives it back. Dampa. Tamimi flared out to the right. Didn't get the run that time in behind. Diakite brings that one down. Under pressure from Dominguez and Luke Sear. Go all the way back to Saku.
What a touch from Diakite. Able to intercept it and just settled it just so down. That's just that experience.
Such a talented player. There's a lot of guys on this Kalonji Pro Profile team that you know if you follow Atlanta United 2, you follow lower divisions on the professional side. Diakite is one you might not know, but you need to know. Kalen Kalonji, one you will get to know. Cuts it back to the right foot. Knocked away to Mimi. Knocked away from him. Tiente. Step up there was a good one from McFarland, but he's only able to knock it to midfield to Damfa. Damfa will get to this one in front of Dominguez. Birmingham getting a little more aggressive here in the 54th, as they're going to need to do. Kalen Kalonji tries to turn, draws the contact from Sawyer. Foul is called. Free kick upcoming for KSA. Sawyer's just late after a nice turn from Kalen Kalonji.
Yep. Just a little late trying to win it back. FC Birmingham has done well trying to deal with that high press, challenging Kalonji, trying to win the ball back. Have been able to do so at times, just haven't been able to hold it for a longer period of time.
Diakite over the bar with the shot from 30 plus. Not sure what the conversation was after that. See the free kick here just rolled short to Diakite, a couple steps forward, launched. Not sure if he was asking for a deflection or not. Match has had a weird tone here in the second half. A little over 9 minutes in. Samuel over the back. One back by Birmingham. Sear. Down the right side. Sippin. Puts in the cross. Dominguez heads it on, but it's caught by Saku. Not enough on that one from Dominguez. Tiente, the 1-2 with Dampa. Tiente over to the left, Carr. First time back to Irving. First time forward to Camden. Drives it down the middle. Sumo's not going to be able to get to it. Nunez will clear. Diakite gives it back to Yosef Samuel. Tiente. Tamimi, this time flaring wide to the left. Samuel. Diakite up the line. Cutting inside. Cleared away. Throw KSA in the attacking third down the right.
Good pressure. Great work from Bailey Harris. Getting in front of it and able just to clear it out. Forces the throw in. You stop that momentum.
You have to deal with a throw here. Eventually, anyway. Diakite throws it into Samuel. Sear tries to win it back. Diakite able to pull it back away from him. Tiente on the ball. Rocket from him, but right at Nunez. Left-footed punt knocked down by Carr. Sippin will run it down. Sippin gets the calls. Tiente made contact with the back. That's the kind of call that Birmingham was getting frustrated about. Those were going against them for a while, but they didn't feel like they were really getting any of them. Sawyer down the middle. Samuel heads it down. Getting into that zone of the match now that Birmingham's going to have to take some chances. Sippin trying to do that right now. Falls to Luke Sear, but he can't get the shot off. Dampa able to clear to Samuel. Knocked away from Camden on the far side.
Sippin doing a great job of creating those open opportunities and getting into spaces and trying to create some magic here for FC Birmingham.
Yeah, someone's going to have to, because Opara was only able to give 45 minutes. Luke Sear has come on. Sippin is trying to be a spark on the right. Harris knocks it forward. Villanueva behind Sear, intercepted by Diakite. Break is on for KSA. Mohamed Diakite flipping the field on the dribble quickly. Tamimi. Doesn't get around on that cross. Goes off the football goalpost. You see the quality of Mohamed Diakite, able to intercept and then flip the field on the dribble.
Just able to hold on under pressure and just quick touch, able to drive forward, tries to connect with Kareem Tamimi, able to get there, just Kareem unable to get the right angle to get the crossover.
Sippin with another good touch to bring that one down near midfield. Martinez will move it over to the right. Sawyer. Launched in for Dominguez, but Irving wins the aerial duel. It's the challenge for Dominguez, is he's not going to win a lot of those aerial duels with Irving or Dampfa down the middle. Birmingham's going to have to find another way. Sliding challenge from McFarland, timed well. Harris to Sippin. Rodriguez, Brew, Sawyer, back to Gerson. Sippin, crossed in, yellow shirts there. McFarland made the run forward. Low shot, easy for Lionel Saku to smother.
We've seen McFarland get in those dangerous opportunities before. That game against Dalton was able to seal it for FC Birmingham. Just a one-on-one, able to come up with the keeper and just a great shot to seal it for FC Birmingham, but just a little bit, not enough power on that one.
That's the difference tonight, though. He's cutting in from a fullback position, not a central midfielder tonight. The injury to Junior Rugama is a challenge for Josh Martinez and Birmingham, but McFarland can be the joker when he does pop up into those spots because he won't be tracked. Here he comes down the left, slips it through. Crossed in, it deflects, falls to Sippin, shot blocked, another opportunity and put wide. Took a deflection, so it will be a corner. Caleb Sippin had an opportunity to make it 3-2.
Caleb Sippin has been creating opportunities. It stems there from McFarland. You're able to get the cross, able to deflect it, able to rebound, and then Sippin tries the shot, but it will go out for a corner. Another great set-piece opportunity for Birmingham.
The first block from Grant Carr was an excellent one on the shot from Sippin. I believe he blocked the second shot as well out for the corner. It'll be here from the near side. Dominguez to take. Deep to the back post this time. Diakite heads it away. Tamimi. Good ball from Kareem Tamimi. Up the left side. KSA trying to break. Sumo. Nunez well outside of his 18. Josh Martinez with a massive tackle to keep Birmingham in it. Nunez had to come for that. He didn't get there, but Martinez had his back. Game's going to get fully stretched now, 63rd minute. Birmingham was very close to making it 3-2. KSA was very close to making it 4-1. Tiente. His hit pass. Be a throw here on the near side for Birmingham. They're going to make a change. Junior Rugama checking in. Rugama started the match against Dalton. He'll replace Villanueva. He does have a shoulder injury suffered after that match. But he's able to go, and this would push McFarland higher up the field as Rugama comes in at left back.
That's going to help give Birmingham a couple more opportunities up top, trying to get the offense going, bring Rugama back in. He also gave Birmingham the lead in that Dalton United match that sealed them to come to the semifinal.
That was a volley from Rugama falling away on a Gerson Rodriguez corner. That opened the scoring last weekend in Dalton. KSA down the left, Sumo. Tamimi. Carr. Sippin got around Carr to knock that one away. And the foul on Carr. Sippin had got around him. There was contact. That's That's the kind of call, again, that Birmingham, I think, was getting frustrated with early in the second half. Feels like that has evened out now. We'll see how KSA handles what could get frustrating at times the rest of the second half. Justice Brasher getting ready to check in for Birmingham. He'll replace Caleb Sippen, who's done a really good job here in the second half.
Great work at creating opportunities, trying to feed it up to Dominguez up top. Had a couple of chances himself.
Brasher, quick and technical. Was a spark in the second half as Birmingham was able to see out the upset of the number 2 seed, Dalton United. Trying to do one better here tonight and upset the number 1 seed, Kalonji Pro Profile. They got to find 2 more goals to send us to extra time here. Tamimi knocks it down. Rugama to Martinez. Flick on from McFarland. Brew will intercept back for Birmingham. McFarland got to recalibrate now, playing in the midfield. Dampfa able to bring that one down, and KSA back in possession. Diakite. Samuel slipped initially. That got through, and Irving was there to fix it. Tamimi turns. Sumo might have been offside. He checked up on the run. Nunez will pick it up and throw this out to Brasher. Brasher got boxed in by Samuel, and Sumo turned and lost it with his second touch of the night. He's got to get settled in as well. Tiente fully settled in, finds Camden. Diakite attacking down the right side. So good on the dribble, Mohamed Diakite. Draws the foul as he cut inside. Free kick here from 35 yards out for KSA. 67th minute. Quickly taken. Tamimi. Looking for options. Didn't see what he liked. Back to Samuel. Inside to Diakite. Harris. He's fouled from behind by Diakite, and that will get a yellow card in the transition foul.
Great call by the ref. Diakite's coming in, possibly stopping a great transition moment for Birmingham. Yeah, comes in very, very late.
Yellow card there for Diakite. It's a smart foul to take, but he's got to be smart the way he plays this out the rest of the way. Blake White will be checking in for Wilfred Camden. And Kareem Tamimi's night is done. He'll be replaced by Awanja Medard. And Medard will take the shin guards from Kareem Tamimi. I've never seen that one before. Brought Tamimi some pretty good luck tonight, a goal and 2 assists. We'll see if he passes that on to Awanja Medard. Free kick here for Birmingham, 68th minute. They trail by 2. Brew heads it straight up. Diakite brings it down. One back by Dominguez, chops it forward to Sear. Into the middle, Brew scuffs it over to the right side to Brasher. Brasher blocked by Carr. Corner, Birmingham.
Another set-piece opportunity for FC Birmingham. From watching them against Dalton back a little bit ago before they came here, had a lot of success on set pieces before.
They've got to make it count here, though. You're running out of time. Gerson Rodriguez will hit an outswinger from the near side. Rodriguez to the back post, headed back in. Sawyer heads it through, and goal, goal, goal. Birmingham, McFarland makes it 3-2. The clearing header wasn't a great one, and Birmingham make KSA pay. Good delivery from Rodriguez, and McFarland makes it 3-2.
able to capitalize. Just brilliant. Able to catch Saku off balance as it's coming in, just unable to get any sort of hand on it. And just like that, FC Birmingham is 1 goal away from tying this thing up.
Sawyer with the header back in that McFarland was able to get a touch to knock it away from Saku. It's 3-2, 70th minute. KSA, have they got that shot of caffeine that maybe they have lacked here in the first half, or in the second half? Foul's called on the far side. It's going to be a yellow card. Michael Brew not quite sure about why the card came out here. So we get another look. Just a tackle that he might not get a touch on the ball. I don't really know why that rises to the level of a yellow card unless the studs were showing, and that would be what could put that over the top.
It's unfortunate, too, I think, if that's the thing, because I think you had Brew just coming in a little off balance, like almost like he's already falling.
Right, but if he comes out and he's got the foot up at the player, at Sumo, then that would be enough for the yellow. And my guess is that's what the referee saw. Free kick routine here from KSA. Needs to go back to the training ground. That one did not come off. KSA got to find that gas pedal again. Haven't really needed it here in the second half until now. It's 3-2, top-seeded Kalonji Pro Profile leading the number 7 seed FC Birmingham. Sawyer over to the right. Carr wins the first header. This is where the professional experience of guys like Tony Tiente will be very important. Challenge there, a foul called. Irving drew it. Dominguez committed it. Joseph Samuel, Tony Tiente holding down that midfield for Kalonji Pro Profile. Two guys with a good bit of experience. Cross to the back post. Finds Medard. Deflected back to the top of the 18. Player down. Samuel will pick it up. Medard dribbles into the 18. Gets through the challenge of Harris. Sawyer knocks it back to Medard. He goes down easily. Nothing called. He's back on his feet. Drop back to Samuel. Knocked down to Kalen Kalonji, who puts it over the bar. Good sequence from KSA, but they don't make anything of it. Josh Martinez having a conversation with the referee. Birmingham feel like they are right there in this. Can they find another?
I mean, just loose, waiting for the whistle to blow. Whistle didn't blow. He got back up, restarted it again, but that's just great defense from FC Birmingham. Able to stick with it, not playing to the whistle, just trying to get the ball out, and they do.
Substitution on the far side. Diakite's day is done, and Lamech Phillip checks in. That will be a like for like, as Diakite was playing right back tonight. Phillip has played that position for most of this run for Kalonji Pro Profile. Sumo stopped and grabbed his midsection, and the referee blew the whistle late to give the foul. Could hear the reaction a little bit from the Birmingham side of things, as they've had some gripes as the second half has gone on. Not an easy one to call. It's a semifinal. The referee doesn't want to be the story. Down the right. Sliding challenge, well timed by McFarland.
McFarland has done a great job of closing down that right side.
Kalen Kalonji turns inside, stood up by Brew, and a very late whistle. The questions about judgment calls are always going to be there when they go against a team. I think in this case, it's the lateness of the whistle that is what's going to drive Birmingham crazy. Didn't really see any indication that was going to be blown until the ball broke the other way. Free kick. Back post, headed back across. Nunez keeps it out. I think that came off a Birmingham player. Nunez keeping his side in it, 75th minute.
What a reaction time from Nunez.
Bounces over everyone. Dominguez with the back header. Luke Sear, one back. Irving comes through, and KSA trying to break. McFarland dragged to the ground by Tiente. Gets up quickly. Dominguez down the left. Has Brasher on the back post. Sliding challenge from Phillip. No call there. Dominguez back on his feet to win it back. Puts in the cross. Doesn't find Sear. It's deflected back to Sawyer. Sawyer's shot blocked. Tiente, Phillip, and KSA out of trouble. Sumo, he'll want to flip the field on his own. Skips past one. Sliding challenge slows him down and allows Birmingham to recover. That was McFarland again. Thrown in back to Samuel. He's able to spin away from Sear. Tiente, 40 yards from goal. Gets it back. Miscommunication there. It'll be out for a throw for Birmingham. As a KSA player is down well behind the play. So this will probably be thrown back into them. 76th minute. KSA has struggled to, I think, assert their dominance here in the second 45. As we've seen this play out, and maybe a couple more subs either way to change it, what do you think will be the key if Birmingham is able to open the door to level this match?
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting because we talked about it as soon as that whistle blew for the second half. I mean, KSA hasn't really been challenged in a close game like this since they played Georgia Revolution. And most of their games in the last couple of games, I mean, let's look at it. In that last game against Fountain City, 8-1. Kalonji versus Dalton, 5-0. UMAFC versus Kalonji, 6-2, 6-0, 5-0. I mean, they haven't really been tested like this. And I think that is where maybe that sense of comfortability is coming in. And maybe they don't even realize it. It's just, you know, you've been up so many times. You're so used to being able to break through and have those opportunities. And now you're not able to do that because FC Birmingham's coming in and they're forcing you to cause turnovers. They're forcing you to make some weird decisions.
Well, they're going to try to force a few more of those weird decisions here the rest of the way. Medard. KSA would love to find a fourth that would probably put this one out of reach. McFarland helps force another turnover. Harris. Rugama up the left side. Knocked away from him by Phillip. It'll be an attacking half throw for FC Birmingham. The yellow and blue from the Magic City in Alabama. Harris throws it in to the player coach, Josh Martinez. Reset back to Nunez. Carr steps up to win the header. Medard taken away from him by Sawyer. McFarland fouled by Tiente. That's that experience from Tony Tiente. Knew he needed to break up the rhythm there. Also do it in a way to not see a card. Gerson Rodriguez will take the free kick. Nunez will take it instead. Carr heads it away. Harris heads it back forward. McFarland up the left side for Sear. Low cross gets through to Saku. KSA want to go quick, even though it's 1-on-3. Sawyer and Medard battling. Medard able to find it himself. Josh Martinez comes in to try to win the tackle. Looked like he did. He did launch himself at the ball, and he's going to get a yellow card. The way he went into that, as he went airborne, we'll watch it back here. I think it's the approach of the challenge that gets him the yellow card.
Yeah, I think it is the way that Josh Martinez comes in for it is the reason the yellow was shown.
Getting the ball doesn't give you diplomatic immunity in situations like that. Martinez launched himself with both feet towards the ball, potentially studs up, not at the player, and that's what prevents it from going any further than it did. Yellow card, the right call in that situation. I don't think there's any bad intentions from Martinez trying to get to the ball. I think it's just desperation trying to get to the ball and not the player.
You're trying to clear it. You're trying to stop the momentum. You're trying to stop KSA from getting anywhere close to the goal. You mentioned it. It's desperation at this point. You're not trying to let them get a fourth goal on the board.
Another substitution for KSA. Carr into the middle. Tiente. Dampfa. Phillip. Back to Tiente. Over to Samuel. Those two will play keep away as much as they can. Grant Carr. Up the left side. White. Gets past one. Draws the foul. Carr. Sumo. Sumo with the nutmeg. Puts in the cross. Diving header from Sawyer. Lamech Phillip won it. Takes off down the right. Cuts it back. Maybe took a deflection. Birmingham will intercept. Tackle from McFarland again. Martinez will head it forward. Brasher able to find it. Knocks it through. Brew. Drops it back. Big tackle, a good one from Kimani Irving. He'll carry it forward for KSA. Sliding challenge from Gerson Rodriguez. Knocks it back to White. Irving into the 18. Sawyer did enough defensively. Back to Nunez, who has to come flying through to get to it. Samuel. Medard. Dribbles past Rodriguez. Puts in the low cross. Unable to be put home. Throw Birmingham on the far side, but KSA nearly found the fourth.
Whew. Just coming in, I mean, great cross in, just unable to make the timer. It also looked like maybe he just took that step and got caught in the turf, maybe.
I think he tried to lunge forward for it, but he didn't commit to the full slide to get to it. Kind of in between ideas of how to get there. It'll be a throw for Birmingham in the attacking half. 83rd minute. Sawyer and McFarland with the goals for the visitors. Sumo with 2 for the host. Tamimi with the other one. Thrown in, doesn't get to Luke Sear. Phillip won the header. Brasher was bumped, but didn't get the call. Carr. Medard. Rugama read that one. Foul called, free kick, Birmingham. Justice Brasher doesn't mind throwing his body around. Able to draw that foul. We have some quibbling about where the kick should be taken from. Nunez will take it. Samuel able to head it forward. Medard once again. Pass is behind El Hero Demis. Brasher. Pass deflected. Samuel will find the handle once again. Medard down the left. Knocked away. White able to spin away from Brasher. Through ball from White is perfect. Sumo save Nunez. Block. And Nunez will find it. Massive save from Nunez on Sumo. What a ball from White. Birmingham still have life. Phillip bumped Sear. Nothing called. Now Phillip on the ball as Luke Sear trying to pressure, can't win it back. Demise grabbed in the middle third. That foul will be called. Harris gets the foul. He will get warned. Walking a tightrope now, Bailey Harris. We're in the 85th minute, so you got to do what you got to do at this point if you're Birmingham. Tiente. Sumo. Crossed in, it gets through Nunez, and there it is. Goal number 4. Goal, KSA. Medard got the lucky shin guards from Kareem Tamimi, and he puts the ball into the back of the net. Birmingham complaining about a foul. The referee did have a conversation, it looked like, with the AR on the far side on the headset. He points to midfield. Nothing will be called, and KSA have the 4-2 lead.
Great ball in. Slight, I believe they're calling for the handball is what they're looking for on Kalonji in the box.
They're asking for the handball. The referee and the AR had that conversation. It's not going to be given. Immediately, there were questions about if that came off the hand of Medard. The referee looked like he was on the headset with his AR on the far side, who would have had the view, and then pointed again to midfield. So 4-2, KSA Pro Profile. That should put this out of reach. Should being the key word in the sentence. We'll see. Foul in the middle third. There's been a lot of those tonight. It'll be a free kick for KSA. Carr tried to move the ball up about 5 yards. I think the AR spotted it. Brasher gets the talking to. Samuel. White down the left for Demise. Be a throw for Birmingham deep in their own defensive third. 88th minute. It's been a brave effort, especially here in the second half from FC Birmingham.
Absolutely. They didn't give up the fight at all.
Gerson Rodriguez clears. Back to Saku. Irving. Samuel. Saku. Birmingham stepping up with numbers. KSA able to play through that. Phillip. High stepping through the middle third and then losing it. Martinez with the interception. His ball down the middle. Brew with the back heel for Sear. Dampfa got his head to it instead. Samuel. Carr up the left. Demise gets past Rodriguez. Eljero Demise. Into the 18. Sawyer there to defend. Nunez 2, but Demise makes it 5-2. Brilliant run from Eljero Demise. And Kalonji Pro Profile can get ready to host North Georgia United next weekend in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division Final. Brilliant individual run from Demise. Sawyer unable to keep him out. Got past Nunez and able to put it in to the open net. Probably not going to be a lot of stoppage time at this point. Into the 90th. Scoreline a little flattering to the way this one has played out with 2 late goals. Birmingham, not your typical 7 seed. They've made a game of it for the majority of the 90 minutes. It'll be a goal kick. Birmingham still a little frustrated about the way this one's gone at times. Sear thought he'd either possibly gotten a foul or a corner. Didn't get either. Into stoppage time now. Tiente draws the foul. Not a whole lot in that one. Carr. Medard, back heel to Carr, the left back getting forward now with the 5-2 lead. Crossed in. Nunez able to do enough. Martinez clears. Irving steps up to win it back for KSA. Holding off Brew. Able to pop it back to Damfa. Now Samuel. White over to the right side. Rugama nearly intercepted for Birmingham. Phillip. White. 92nd minute now. Demise. Stood up this time. One back by Birmingham. Rodriguez. Demise lunges in. Puts it out for a throw. Rodriguez down the line to Brasher. Brasher fouled by White. Brasher might be the smallest player on the field. He's taking his licks here in this one, but he's kept going. Martinez up the left side. McFarland, he's fouled. Foul count will look a little bit different here at the end. Not enough time for that to have any kind of an impact, though. 5-2 Kalonji Pro profile. They will host North Georgia United next weekend in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division Championship match. That's also part of the round of 32 in the national UPSL playoffs. Birmingham trying to find one more before they head home. Phillip will head it forward. Sumo taken off. One back away from him. Birmingham will try one more time. McFarland. Samuel chasing him. Good ball from McFarland. Brew on the right. Drop back, crossed in. Headed out for a corner. Damfa conceded the corner. Birmingham will try one more time as we are into the 94th minute.
You got to give huge praise to FC Birmingham in this whole run in the UPSL playoffs. Coming in, taking down the number 2 Dalton United, coming into Kalonji's home and able to get it to 3-2, not giving up on the fight.
Good ball in from Rodriguez. It's cleared away. Not decisively there as Sumo tried to take off on the dribble. Samuel will launch it down the left. Flag is up. McFarland. Brasher tried to play it back to him. Came in late and caught Irving. Carr grabbed him by the head, and that's been going on off the ball pretty much all day. He gets a yellow card for it.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah, it is at this stage of the match in the 95th minute. Brasher gets a yellow card for the challenge on Irving. He's late. It's not a good foul. But there's been lots of issues off the ball on this side of the field involving Justice Brasher. Now KSA player goes down again, and AR walked out onto the field. After the yellow cards were issued, I believe it's Kamani Irving, who had been down earlier with an ankle issue. It is Irving. He's helped back to his feet. Honestly, not sure why the final whistle has not been blown yet, and probably should just go ahead and be blown now, because we're quibbling over a free kick location again in their own half. Irving, who recovers to take the free kick. Sawyer able to save it. Carr gets it back from Samuel. We're into the 97th minute now. And that will do it here in Snellville. Kalonji Pro Profile. 3-goal win, 5-2 on the night. It was 3-2 for the majority of the second half, 3-1 for a stretch. Then it got to 3-2. Kalonji Pro Profile eventually able to pull away with a couple of late goals, but the #1 seed had to sweat for it at times tonight against the #7 seed, FC Birmingham. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. You're going to get post-game interviews as well. We got to round up the participants for those. Maddie and I will be back to talk about this one and to look ahead to the UPSL Georgia Premier Division Final next weekend. North Georgia United coming here to Snellville to face Kalonji Pro Profile. We'll be right back after this on ASMG TV.
Welcome back to ASMG TV here on YouTube. I'm Madison Cruz. Joined with me is the head coach for Kalonji Pro Profile in Bruno Kalonji after a 5-2 victory over FC Birmingham in the semifinals. Back again to another final. How does it feel?
Absolutely. It feels great. This is where we belong. Obviously, as I told you guys last time, with the key players that we have, everybody's looking in shape now, and everybody's here, so it should be a fun ride.
Everything coming together. You have a lot of moving pieces coming in and out. We talked a little bit about it in the earlier matchups. Having Kareem Tamimi, Tony Tiente, all of them coming back into the fold. They played together for so long. What has it been like for you watching all of them get back used to each other and now seeing the finishing product on the field?
Well, you know what? It's enjoyable when you have players that know how to play the game. So you just watch and you let them ride with it. So it'll be a fun one. So they're picking it up more and more. The younger guys are coming back as well. So it'll be a fun one.
Having the balance between having a lot of older veteran players who have been in higher levels, MLS Next Pro, USL, having all of those different levels, and then having a lot of the younger players coming in. How does that help you especially build such a bigger and better team?
Yeah, well, it's good because the younger guys are pushing it as well. So they're top guys in the MLS Next, and they're coming in to basically support and also learn from the older guys. And the older guys understand their place, and so you'll see that we start the game very strong. Once they put a few goals away, the younger guys come in to finish the game as well. You saw Owanja, Eli coming in the second half, firing there on the side, scoring each one goal. So we have a lot of powerhouse here. So
awesome, Bruno. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. We'll see you here next week on Sunday for the final. We will be right back here on ASMG as Jason Longshore is going to chat with a couple of players and a lot of key highlights from the match. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to ASMG TV here on YouTube. I'm Jason Longshore here with my old friend Tony Tiente. Called many of your games with Atlanta United too. Good to catch up with you again.
How you doing, friend?
Doing well, doing well. Tell me about what it's been like for you with this team. Bruno just talked about it with all of the young guys that are pushing some of you veterans a little bit for playing time. What's it like being in that kind of player coach kind of capacity for you?
I mean, it's been great. So I've been with the club for about 4 years, and I know what it's about, what the coach is about. It's a program that's been here for a long time, established in the UPSL for a long time, and it's always been a mix of young players and kind of older players. So each player understands his place in this team. So we know the older guys, we're here to guide, the young guys, during our time here until we go back to play pro eventually. So, and the younger understand as well that they're here to learn. They stay calm. They get information from us, and and you can see on the field as well, all of them perform. Kalonji's been doing great. One just there and there's been doing here great as well. Daniel Tomasi doing great. Jero Demis is doing great. So be proud of that as well, And for me, as a coach as well, in the club, I'm coaching them as well. So I'm very, very happy to see them good in them next and doing great here as well.
So often in this midfield, you and Josef playing together, it feels like you guys are basically sharing a brain at this point on the field. How important is it to have a partner like that you feel like like the back of your hand?
I mean, it's pretty easy to play that with somebody that understands football, understand soccer. So he's been in the game for a long time. You play at the highest level, so we understand each other. Sometimes we don't need to talk that much, but we know, what to do. And then our role is a little bit, getting a little bit bigger because we have the young guys as well that we have to cover and comprehend there slowly and surely. But it's just football, so we just play, we enjoy it. So.
Birmingham made you guys sweat at times today. Not a typical number 7 seed coming in here and keeping it 3-2 for a long while. What eventually broke the game for you guys?
I mean, it's just, keep our identity, keep playing football, keep, moving the ball, being patient, and then just scoring goals, getting our chances and finish them. But, it's soccer, anything can happen, It's not because it's 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 that the game is done. So we understood that we have to, keep going and score more goals and make sure we stay straight in defense. So.
The last one for me, I'd just love to get your mentality on these things. We talked about it the second half. You guys had a comfortable lead. It's easy at times to take your foot off the gas. How hard is it in those moments to stay with your foot on the gas and go full bore against a team that you are kind of controlling at times?
That comes from the sideline.
And he's sitting right over here, so it better come from that side.
He's here right there, so you hear him. There's a couple of key guys. You hear him shout a name, especially me, and then Kimani, yourself, and then Grant, Taki. Some of the other guys. Once you start hearing our name from the side a little bit more than usual, so you understand that we have to, raise the intensity and and keep doing our thing.
North Georgia United next week in the Georgia Premier Division final. Best of luck in that one, Tony. Thank you for the time.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be back on ASMG TV here in just a bit. Stay with us. Welcome back to Shiloh High School. Another old friend, Kareem Tamimi, here with us in the post-game show on ASMG TV. The goal, 2 assists tonight. Feel like you're getting back up to full speed here after the Atlanta United 2 seasons. Tell me about how this match felt for you.
We had instruction to really kill the hope on the opponent, to press them high, to score early. That's what we did. Unfortunately, we conceded 2 goals. But, there's some games, more you win, more the team's going to be waiting for you. They're going to be ultra motivating, and that's what happened. We have to fix those things because conceding 2 goals on set pieces, that happens. But we know what we have to do now for the next game. And that's it. We got 5 goals. There is also the younger guys that step up at the end and show that they also can hold the responsibility to help sometimes when we have a bad day. And that's why we're good, because we have 15, 16 to 20 players that they're all involved and they come and help, and that's good.
2 assists on the night and a goal for you. Able to connect a lot with Anthony Sumo on that right side. What is that connection like?
So as you can see, we're really free on those 3 or 4 spots, and offensively we're really trying to rotate and being predictable. Sometimes I like to come as a 9 to drop. Kellen as well, we're rotating. Sometimes Sumo come inside. Wilfred Kandem as well. We're really trying to rotate, and that's what happened. I dropped between the lines. I know that if I give a good ball to Anthony, with his physical and technical abilities, he's 4 times out of 10 gonna make the difference, and he finished. And that's what we have to do. Sometimes, we're gonna struggle in the game, but if you have a good pass, a good run, and a good finish, that's a goal, and that's what we're trying to do.
I feel like we've talked about this a lot over these past couple of years with you with Atlanta United too, and you don't like to be stuck in a fixed position. And this team feels perfectly set up for you, because I think your heat map in the attacking half is pretty much the whole half. You're out wide on the left, you're out wide on the right, you're dropping back, but then delivering those passes. You've played with Sumo, with Camden, with a variety of central midfielders a lot. How much does it help you being so fluid, having that understanding of the guys around you?
Of course, more you play with the guys, the more you have a chemistry. Sometimes you know that things gonna happen in 1-2 seconds before you even get the ball. You have to know what you're gonna do, and you have to play with the strength of your teammates. I know that those guys are really fast, really good on 1v1, so I try to drop like this. I can drag my defender and leave them more on 1v1 and get the second run. We've been doing this since the beginning of the season. We've been working good, but we know that team's gonna come and trying to counter and defend on us better. So just have to play the way we do, with a lot of feelings. They're all creative players here, so sometimes when you have creativity, you don't really need too much tactic.
Know that you're also a coach for Kalonji. How has coaching for this club helped you become a better player on the field?
So we're really trying to inculcate from the younger to the adult the same way of playing, possessing, controlling the game, having the ball a lot, and attacking quick and being like a killer in front of the box. So I trying to give it to my kids, and I trying to show it the way I play as well. But that's how KSA plays, been playing and will play, and we're just trying to keep doing the same thing.
We'll let you go get in front of a heater here in just a second, but I'll ask you this as you go into the final against North Georgia United. a team that has won a couple of games here at home. If there's one aspect of your team's game that you want to see take a step forward in that final, what is it?
So to be honest, we not really focus on the opponent. We really focus on ourselves. Like I said before, we are our own enemies. We showed it sometimes. We give them hope because we kind of drop the level a little bit. And yeah, we focus on ourselves. We're really confident about our strength. And we just have to make sure we focus before the game and do what we need to do, because we have all the elements. We have all the tools, I think. And I think if North Georgia came to the final, they're a good team as well. But like I said, we're the one who people are waiting on, and we just have to show why it's the case.
North Georgia Kalonji Pro Profile next Sunday in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division Championship match. Also part of the UPSL National Round of 32. Kareem, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, guys.
Much appreciated, as always.
Yes, thank you.
Madison and I will be back to wrap everything up on ASMG TV right after this. Welcome back to Snellville, Shiloh High School, the site of tonight's semifinal Kalonji Pro Profile with a big 5-2 win over FC Birmingham. I'm Jason Longshore, joined by Madison Cruz. And, 5-2, it feels like maybe that was a dominant performance. I also think we expect a lot out of this KSA side because we've seen how they've played. This game felt closer than the score line was.
I mean, heading into this game, they had 32 goals scored after that last loss against Georgia Revolution, their only loss in the regular season. They've just been dominant ever since that loss. It's almost put them into a second gear of hey, we got to get things going now. And that's exactly what we've seen from this side. They've been able just to keep putting goals up and keep it going. But FC Birmingham was able to come in and make them sweat a little bit. They were able to bring it to 3-2. It stayed 3-2 for a long time. You got some of those younger players who came in and were able to make a difference, were able to seal it away for KSA.
Yeah, that's an element of this Kalonji Pro Profile team that maybe we haven't talked about a lot, and Bruno told you about that. When you have these MLS Next young players that are now back in the group after their season has concluded, and you're able to start the game with experience and veterans and then finish the game with youth and speed and intensity, that's a really difficult cocktail for any team to deal with.
Especially you have so many veteran players who have joined the squad late, who have just come into their own a little bit too. Tony Tiente's a leader on and off the field, as we've seen him be the head coach at times for Kalonji. We also seen Kareem Tamimi, who is a coach for some of the younger players here, trying to instill that level of playing style that we've seen from KSA from the ground up as it continues to go. You have those leaders on the pitch, and then that also helps when you bring in those young players because they've been able to learn from them, and they're able to gain that experience that normally you wouldn't get.
So let's take a look at the goals from tonight's match. Kareem Tamimi with 2 assists, but he started things off with this first goal. It just comes back to him, and look at the quality of Tamimi to catch that off the hop.
We've seen him do it so many times with Atlanta United too, just how quick he is and just how impactful he can be on the finish. We got Sumo able to slide it in. Another great assist from Kareem Tamimi to connect to Sumo. Just how dynamic that duo has been. And then you see FC Birmingham coming in and able to make it 2-1 here early as we get in closer to the end of the first half. I mean, just able to capitalize on a loose ball. no one really at KSA defense knew where that ball was going to go.
Yeah, the volley from Harris deflected off of Damfo. Logan Sawyer put it home for Birmingham. That made it 2-1, but it was only about 5 minutes later that Tamimi and Sumo reconnected again, and Anthony Sumo with his second of the night. I feel like he has scored that goal many, many times. So 3-1, Birmingham had the better of the play maybe early in the second half. They got the reward for that quality of play. Off of this, the deflection by McFarland off of the header from Sawyer, that made it 3-2, and as you said, Maddie, that stayed 3-2 for a long time. 85th minute is where it turned back KSA's way.
It's just a dominating performance from KSA. A great ball in, just able to capitalize on just a wide open net as Nunez was trying to come forward and clear it. And then back again as well, coming in, driving in, tries the cross, and then Nunez gets a hand on it, but then it just floats and able just to get another chip into it is KSA.
Medard with goal number 4, Demise with goal number 5, and that put the game completely out of reach. But again, I think it's easy to see the scoreline and say, okay, that's what you expect from KSA. But there were things about this performance that we didn't necessarily expect. And I think Tamimi and Tiente both kind of touched on that, as did Bruno. The intensity has to be consistent against any team in this league. North Georgia comes in, they're going to be the underdog. They were the number 4 seed. They lost to KSA during the regular season. But if they come in and do some of the things that Birmingham did, build some momentum, and also maybe take advantage of those lulls in the match that KSA, like any team, has, maybe that final could get really interesting. On paper, KSA is the favorite by a pretty wide margin. But as we saw tonight, these games aren't played on paper.
No, they're absolutely not. I mean, you coming into this match, you get the number 1 seed versus the 7 seed. You automatically think, oh, it's going to be a landslide. It's going to be number 1 seed coming into this one and taking it home very quickly. FC Birmingham made it a challenge. They came in and they were relentless. They just kept going at it because you get to a point, too, where, you know, hey, it's win or go home. And that's exactly what FC Birmingham did. They challenged, they pushed, they pressed, and they kept going until they were able to find something. KSA was able to come out and were able to capitalize on more of those chances than FC Birmingham. But it's going to be an interesting matchup as we get in North Georgia United because FC Birmingham's kind of laid the blueprint as to how you can come in and capitalize against a team like KSA. But KSA now has to go in, and they got to make sure that they can clean up those mistakes. They need to make sure that they're on it every single opportunity. They can't have a moment where they're lacking concentration. We saw it in that goal that ended up being the one that made it 2-1 for FC Birmingham. It was a loose ball. No one there was trying to clear it. No one knew where it was. You have to have that concentration when you head into a match like this, especially in a final, when you have a team who is going to be coming in and knowing they're the underdog. They have nothing to lose.
Yeah, North Georgia United, they will be here on Sunday, kickoff time to come. Make sure you are subscribed to the ASMG TV YouTube channel. You will get the notification on when we are live next Sunday from here in Snellville for that championship match. A great year for FC Birmingham, especially the second half of it. Once Josh Martinez took over, be really interested to see how FC Birmingham builds for the spring season. But there's still one more game here in the Premier Division in Georgia before we get to talking about that. It's Kalonji Pro Profile hosting North Georgia United next Sunday, the round of 32 national game and the championship match of the UPSL Georgia Premier Division. We'll be back here in Snellville for that. Make sure you're following ASMG TV on all your social media platforms for the announcement of that kickoff time. For Madison, I'm Jason. We'll see you next week for the final. KSA 5-2 winners tonight over FC Birmingham.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.